All right, let's talk about a law of power that, I'll be honest, feels a little cold, a little counterintuitive at first. But for any manager, this is absolutely one of the most essential things to understand. It's the real secret to getting the help you need, not by being nice, but by being smart.
So picture this. Your whole project is hanging in the balance. You are desperate for help from a colleague, maybe from another department entirely. You walk over to their desk. Now what? What do you say? Because your entire approach in that single moment is going to decide whether you sink or swim.
You know, it's funny. Most of us, when we're in that spot, we instinctively make the same critical mistake. We reach for an appeal that feels right, that feels human, but it's actually the weakest possible way to ask. It's what the book calls a threadbare chord.
So you're at a fork in the road here. On one side, you can appeal to hope. You can remind them of favors you've done in the past, appeal to their sense of fairness, maybe even their mercy or gratitude. On the other side, you can use strategy. You forget the past completely and you focus only on one thing. What's in it for them, right here, right now. One is a plea, the other a proposition. And to really hammer home just how high the stakes can get, we've got to look at a story from the source material. And listen, this isn't about getting a report in on time. This is a story about life and death.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We're going way back to a very volatile, politically charged Italian city-state. This was a world where, alliances were flimsy, power was constantly shifting, and betrayal was just another Tuesday. And right in the middle of all this, a conspiracy to overthrow the city's ruler is discovered. The plotters, they're captured. Their lives are literally hanging by a thread. The situation could not be more dire.
So one of these conspirators, a guy named Stefano de Poggio, he decides his best bet is to appeal to the ruler's better nature. He reminds Castracani of his family's loyalty, their friendship, all the good deeds they'd done. He's basically saying, hey, remember us, remember everything we've done for you, please show us some mercy. He was appealing directly to gratitude.
And Castracani, he listened. He probably nodded along patiently, and then he had every single one of them killed. Stefano's plea, his reliance on past favors and gratitude, was completely, totally useless. A brutal but powerful lesson. Whoa, so what on earth just happened there? Why did that plea fail so spectacularly? Well, that horrifying story perfectly illustrates the ruthless principle we're unpacking today. Let's look at the law itself.
And there it is. The source is brutally clear on this. When you need something from someone, don't waste your breath reminding them of things you've done for them. It doesn't matter. Instead, you need to find something in your request that will benefit them. You have to frame your ask so they see something in it for themselves.
It's like this. Gratitude, that's a single, fraying thread. It's going to snap under the slightest pressure. But mutual self-interest, that's a thick, strong rope. It's woven together from many different fibers, and it holds. It's durable because it's good for both of you.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how do you actually use this as a manager, right? How do you weave that strong, unbreakable cord in the office? Well, the source actually gives us a pretty clear path.
All right, first things first. You have to get out of your own head. It is not about you. What are their pressures? What are their KPIs? What does their boss want from them? Second, you have to completely detach from your own feelings, your urgency, your sense of what's fair. All that stuff just clouds your judgment. And finally, when you make the ask, you present it as a solution to one of their problems. It's not a favor you're asking for. It's an opportunity you're presenting to them.
So, let's say you forget all this. You get stressed, you default back to asking for favors based on friendship or, hey, you owe me one. What's the real danger here? It's really important to understand the consequence.
And here's the kicker. The biggest risk isn't that you'll make an enemy or that they'll say no to your face. It's actually worse. You'll just be ignored. Your email will be met with a polite nod, a vague, I'll look into it, and then crickets. You become background noise because you haven't given them a single compelling reason to act.
So how do you remember all of this when you're under pressure and you just need that yes? Simple. Before you make any request, just remember to find the chord. C. Consider their world. O. Offer a mutual benefit. R. Remove your own emotions. And then, and only then, D. Deliver the ask. Seriously, this little checklist can totally transform your results.
And really, that's what this all boils down to, doesn't it? Real power doesn't come from demanding what you think you're owed. It comes from deeply understanding what other people want. So the next time you need that critical yes, don't look backward to gratitude. Look forward and find their self-interest.